I'm Arlene Francis, and I've got a secret.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by Spick and Span, the big job cleaner made to be mixed in water, its power released in water. Spick and Span. Live from New York, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Steve Allen.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to I've Got a Secret. Now that we've met the lovely Arlene Francis, let's see what our lovely lineup is over there on the panel side. First, there's Betsy Palmer, who will open June 13th at the Carter Barron Theater in Washington, D.C. as Peter Pan. Next, we have Peter Pan himself. Appearing tonight is Bill Cullen, of course. And next, we have Tinker Bell, who's appearing this evening as Bess Myerson. And naturally, Captain Hook, Henry Morgan. I heard a strange noise backstage, and then I heard it stop. We'll find out what that means as we meet our first contestant. How do you do, sir?
Good evening.
Nice to have you with us. Just make yourself comfortable there and tell us your name and where you're from.
My name's William Pollock. I'm from Pottstown, Pennsylvania.
And now, Mr. Pollock, as I was saying, I heard a strange sound back over there, which I understand is a rather unusual vehicle. Made by a vehicle, I should say. So if you'll whisper to me, we'll show the audience just what you're driving these days. Mm-hmm. And there's even a little bit more to it than that, I understand. Wow. Well, of course, the clue to Mr. Pollock's secret concerns the vehicle backstage, and we'll begin the game with Henry Morgan.
Mr. Pollock, do I want to know... Well, yes, I want to know what kind of vehicle it is. I was going to ask you, did you make it? Did you make it?
No, I did not. It was a manufactured vehicle.
Could I buy one?
I doubt it.
It's unique.
It is.
Okay. Does it fly?
No, it doesn't.
Does it work in the water?
No, it doesn't.
Strictly a land vehicle.
Land vehicle.
Is it powered by an internal combustion engine?
Yes.
Well, is it an automobile?
Yes, it is.
Well, I win, right?
That's all. Good night, folks. $20 down. Betsy?
Well, I got to the studio a little early today, so I saw the automobile. And that doesn't mean I can disqualify myself, though, is it? Because we found it. Am I
It
trying to
just
find out
means
what...
don't show up early
what
around
is
here
it?
anymore.
That's right. Shall I find out the name of it? I know things
The
like...
name of it is Melvin.
No, I mean, is it a Pierce Arrow or
Oh, I
a
see.
Cord or something
No, you don't have to
like
find
that?
out.
No? Did you drive it all the way from Pennsylvania, Mr. Pollock?
Not all the way, no.
You drove and pushed. Is that part of the secret?
Well, I would say possibly it is.
That is?
It's related to this.
Related to the secret. Is it on what kind of fuel it runs with? Has anything to do with it?
No.
Funniest sounds are coming from backstage. If you can possibly pick up those sounds and broadcast them while we're talking, go ahead and do so. I think the mechanics watching will get a kick out of it. Hey, there she goes!
It goes.
Okay, Bill.
Are we interested in the age of the vehicle, Mr. Pollock?
Yes.
It is extremely old.
It is.
Was it made before 1900?
It was.
Before 1890?
No.
No.
After 1890?
Yes.
After 1895?
No.
No.
1891?
That's it. Yes, 91. 1891.
You want to know more?
Yes, there's a little bit more. The other half, the secret.
In what month? It's been in his family ever since.
No.
No.
He bought it from the original little old lady who only
No,
lived in
$60 down. Bess?
Does it have anything to do with how long you own it?
No.
Does it have anything to do with how long it took you to drive here from Pottstown?
No, not exactly.
Does it have to do with how slow or fast it goes?
No, it has to do with the car itself.
Does it have a television set? Has it been modernized? Is that the thing?
No.
No.
Does it have all its original parts?
That's it, yes. There you go. It sounds like it's about to take its last gasp, and before it does, let's open the curtain and all get a look at it. Come on over here, Mr. Pollock. Now, This is the oldest car panel, literally the oldest car still running in the United States today. And as you've already figured out, it already has all its own original parts, including the original engine and the original tires, and the original driver who passed away several years ago is inside there. Yes, Betsy.
Is it candlelight or is it gaslight that's in the little burner?
That's a candle, isn't it, sir?
Yes, candlelight.
Oh, my.
They have a glass. You want to shut it off so we can hear each other? Be funny if now it wouldn't
Now
stop.
that it started, it
Oh,
won't
it did.
stop. Isn't that beautiful?
Isn't that
I love the tires.
That's pretty wild. Naturally, there's a glass over the candle thing here so that the wind won't blow it out as soon as you start. This, of course, must be the steering mechanism. A fascinating thing about this, now this goes back, I don't know if you can see in this shot because it's dark background here. I'll hold these cards behind it so you can see what the handles look like. There's this bar between them. And I understand that on the cars of the future, they may be going back to this kind of a steering thing instead of the steering wheel. Isn't that interesting? What is this, sir?
That's the gear shift.
This is fascinating. What did this cost when it was new, do you know?
I really don't know.
Who made it?
It was made in France,
I see.
1891.
And how'd you find out about it?
A collector in France had told me about it, and I was able to purchase it from him.
Where was it all these years? Must have been in some little old lady's garage, wasn't it?
It indicates that it's been stored in Fontainebleau in France.
What kind of brakes does it have here?
Well, it just has a mechanical brake, foot brake.
You might be able to get a shot, Paul, of the back wheel here showing the drive. It's kind of like a bicycle or bicycle, let's say, drive. The old-fashioned chains back there.
What are the tires
The
made?
tires, what are they like?
They are solid rubber tires, and they're original tires.
Sir, if you'll step around to the other side of the car, we have a camera backstage here. We're going to try to get a shot. I don't know if it'll look like much, but we'll take the picture anyway of the engine. And as soon as Mr. Pollock steps to one side, we'll be able to go to that camera. There it is. Now, what can you tell us, sir, about how that works? Could you stand over there so they see the engine?
It's a hot tube ignition engine prior to the spark plugs, and it runs on heated tubes.
Paul, could you lower your cameras right down to the lowest point? I think maybe, no, I don't mean that. I mean lower your camera rather than your picture. Lower the camera, and then you'll be able to see in and up and into the motor, I think, a little better than you can now, being up so high. What are those two flames? They look like a blowtorch.
Hot tube burners. The hot tube burners that create the ignition.
You don't have spark plugs.
No spark plugs.
How fast does it go?
Approximately 15 mile an hour flat out.
Flat out. And what are these fenders made of?
Fenders are wood. Wooden fenders.
That isn't a bad idea. It'd be a lot less expensive to, fix them again. Did you have a question, Bess? No. No, just a nice smile on your face. Well, that's all right. Anybody else have any questions about this old crate? Bill?
How much did it cost?
What did it cost? I asked that earlier when you were out.
Find out?
And he didn't know. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Pollock.
How much fuel does it
What is it? How much fuel does it carry?
Carries 5 gallons of gas.
5 gallons.
How far does it go in a gallon?
Oh, possibly 15 miles to the gallon.
Not bad.
bad.
Things haven't changed that much. Well, Mr. Pollock, it's a very unusual story, and thank you for coming to tell us about it tonight. Thank you. We'll be back with some more fun after this message. Now, our next contestant, please. Can you get up on there, sweetheart? That a girl. It's kind of high, although it's the lowest we could find in the theater. Now, would you tell us your name and where you're from?
My name's Cullen Binkley. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
And how old are you?
I'm 4 years old.
I'm not going to tell you how old I am. Don't look at me. And everybody, Carolyn may only be 4 years old, but she's looking forward to a really exciting summer before she starts kindergarten this fall. Will you whisper to me, Carolyn, just why your summer is going to be so exciting? At the moment, Carolyn is entranced with her own image, which is understandable. If I looked that cute, I'd be looking at myself all day, too. Now, the clue to Carolyn's secret concerns something she did, and we'll start the game with Bill Cullen.
And this thing that you did, Carolyn, is going to have an effect On your summer? The way you spend the summer?
Well, I don't know what that means.
I've been meaning to say that to Bill for years.
I don't know either.
I guess the answer is, she could do what she has done and is doing any time. Don't get the summer...
But it has to do with the way she's going to... It has to do, Carolyn, with the way you're going to spend your summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to leave Nashville?
I don't know.
She doesn't have to go away from Nashville to do what she's going to do, although she might.
Are you going to be with other little girls?
Yes. And tomorrow I'm going to go away.
Well, we all have to go sometime. $20 down, Bess.
She's wonderful. Carolyn, are you going to do something exciting this summer? Are you going to sing?
Yes.
And are you going to appear on television?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's all right, Carolyn. Ma'am, I like that. Are you going to also be in the movies?
No, ma'am.
Well, they're missing a lot by not having you. Well, Carolyn, you're going to perform on television this summer. Is it going to be all summer?
Not all summer.
You might try another direction with music.
Are you going...
$40 down. Henry?
Gee, I don't... I haven't been 4 years old in quite a while, have I? Honey, are you going to sing with an orchestra?
No, sir.
Tell me why the big man next to you shakes his head yes.
I thought she was. How do you like that? What are you going to sing with?
Nobody.
With just a little quiet voice alone in the night, I guess.
Let's see. Now, Carolyn, are you going to be in a large theater?
No, sir.
$60 down, Betsy.
Carolyn, are you wearing your mommy's bracelet for good luck tonight?
No.
No. Seems like such a... It's a daddy's, indeed. Shame on you. Carolyn, you said that you were going to do this with other children. Are they other little girls your age?
If she did say that, it was misleading.
It was a mistake.
Yes.
Like the mistake, she is going to sing with, like, maybe a symphonic orchestra.
No, but I think of an orchestra.
An orchestra.
Do you know what an orchestra is, honey?
Yes, sir.
Well, is she going to be a band singer? The girl, the songstress for an orchestra, like most orchestras have young girls who sing?
I don't think she'll go on the road,
No, right in Nashville, I mean.
Well, you were narrowing it out there, panel. Recently, 4-year-old Carol Binkley, good evening, Chet, was asked what she wanted to do when she grew up, and she answered, I want to go to kindergarten. But since she can't get started in that career till the fall, she embarked on this other career for the summer, show business. You're looking at a 4-year-old who just signed an exclusive contract with Columbia Records as a singer of pop songs. How many years have you been singing, honey?
I don't know.
How do you read? Can you read music?
No, sir.
How do you learn your songs?
My mother teaches them to me.
I see. What are the songs that you have ready for release? She's already recorded, you see.
I want a baby brother for Christmas.
And?
Here comes the Easter Bunny. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Allow me. Now, unfortunately for all of us tonight, there's a New York state law which prohibits the sale of alcohol. No, wait a minute. Which prohibits children under 7 from performing on television. But fortunately, Carol brought her records with her.
Not Carol, Caroline.
I'm sorry. Anyway, Mabel brought her records along with her this evening.
Well,
Yes. I couldn't have put it better myself. Now, it may be rushing the season a little bit, so we're going to let you hear what has to be the first Christmas song of this year. And I want you to listen particularly to how she does certain very high notes on this song, which is titled, as she told you, I Want a Baby Brother for Christmas. Here's a few grooves of her recording. Did you have fun tonight, honey?
yes, sir.
Well, that's wonderful. I wish you every success, not only in show business, but in kindergarten, and I'm sure you'll have lots of fun in both places. Thank you very much, Carolyn, for being with us tonight. There's no... I got scared because there's no stairs over there. Just flew right up to the balcony. There she goes. We'll meet our special guest for the evening in a minute after this message. Now our special guest, a good friend from What's My Line, Miss Arlene Francis. And the folks you have with you. I understand you have some interesting secrets for the panel to guess tonight, huh?
Yes, I came with an entourage because, panel, we thought this would be a very fascinating thing for you to do tonight because it's about yourselves, this particular secret.
That's right.
We know how good they are at guessing other people's secrets. Now we're going to find out, for a change of pace, how good they are at guessing secrets about their very selves.
Yes, Arlene's done a lot of research. Well, let's say a lot of snooping. Yeah. And she has come up with these people whose names we are not going to give you right away because each of these people has a secret that concerns one of you. And we don't want to give you too much help, you see. So, Arlene, let's start with Henry Morgan. Who has the secret concerning Henry?
Well, first let's ask Henry if any of these people behind me look familiar to him.
They wouldn't let me wear my glasses, Arlene, and
So you're not sure?
I can tell that I don't know the three gentlemen, so I'll take the lady.
That's wise in any case.
Unfortunately, it happens to be wrong, Henry. One of the gentlemen does have a secret that involves you. We're going to ask that man to sit right down here, sir, if you will. And we'll show the audience what his secret in connection with Henry Morgan is. There's a little more to it. Henry, the clue concerns something that you and this man did, and you'll do all the questioning, of course.
Did we do this some time ago, sir?
Quite some time ago.
Were we both a little thinner?
I think we both were, yes.
Were we in New York City?
No.
Was it in the summertime?
No.
All
right, Arlene, what's the story?
Well, now, Henry, this is Richard Spong, who is now... It all came to you, but he's now an associate editor and writer for editorial research reports. But when you knew him, he was captain of the Roman part of the debating team, and you were the Greek captain of that debating
In
team.
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Right.
Lovely.
I think it's nice, Henry, that when this debate took place, you won.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Now, there's a kind man.
Mrs. Spong, what was the subject you debated?
Whether you should pay athletes.
And what side was Henry on?
He wanted to pay them.
You still feel the same way, do you, Henry?
I'm sorry, I missed something.
Whether athletes should be subsidized.
And
you were in
certainly
favor
should
of
be.
it.
Oh, yeah, I still believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Henry, I understand that you beat Mr. Spong out of something else, too. Do you know what it was? No.
I don't have any idea.
Do you want to tell him?
A role, I think it was as Dulcie's father in Dulcie. Last play, huh?
Oh, yeah, and I never even got to do it anyhow.
Why was that?
He got mad at the director and quit.
Well, thank you, Mr. Spong, for sharing your secret with us.
Thank you.
Now, Arlene, whose secret is next?
Well, now we have a secret concerning Bess. Bess, do any of these three people behind me look familiar to you?
None of them do, Arlene. I've really been studying them, and I can't say that anybody does. Shall
Well,
I
then-
make a choice anyway?
Make a guess.
Well, I always do what Henry does. I'll take the lady.
You happen to be right. Will you
Really?
sit down, please, ma'am, and we'll let the audience know at the same time what your secret involving Bess is. Here's the story. This lady's secret in connection with you concerns something she did, and you'll do all the questioning, Bess.
Well, now, Arlene's a snooper. Was she snooping about my present? About my past, then?
Your past.
Was I under 16?
No.
Was I at school?
No.
Was I 21?
I think so.
Was it in Atlantic City?
Yes.
Has to be. That's where I was all year. It was 21 in Atlantic City, and you were Miss America before I was. I have no idea.
In the right neighborhood, but wrong street.
Well, that's pretty close anyway, Bess. This is Mrs. Mary McGowan, who was your chaperone and hostess when you were Miss America.
That's how excited I was. You look marvelous.
Did you feel she was going to win, Mrs. McGowan?
I always thought she would win.
I think so,
I
too. Was
love
she
it.
nervous?
She didn't seem to be.
Have you done that anymore? Have you been chaperones or hostesses for other Miss Americas?
Well, I was Bess's chaperone or hostess the following year, and then the year after that, I was hostess. But I had to stop because it took too much time.
And she was your only winner, huh?
That's right.
Thank you, Mrs.
how
McGowan.
come-
Now, the next person... of
I
course,
just wanted to find out how come Mary looks younger and I look older.
We'll now have a
Marvelous.
secret, of course, for Bill Cullen, right, Arlene?
Yes, Bill. Have you any idea which one?
Yes, I have it narrowed down between the two gentlemen on the
That's
end.
very good.
Strangely enough, the man with the goatee looks familiar to me if he did not have the goatee. There's something about his face that looks familiar.
That
so I
is
would say he
strange,
is
Bill,
the man.
because you've never met him. The other gentleman, would you sit down here? We're running quite late on this. We'll let the audience at home know immediately what this gentleman's secret is involving Bill, and here's the story. Just have time for a couple of questions, Bill.
Did you have the goatee when I knew you, sir? Did you have the goatee when I knew you, sir?
He has no goatee.
No, I thought maybe he shaved it off.
kind that I have right now.
Was it in Pittsburgh?
Yes, sir.
Teacher.
The clock is hanging us up here a
He
little
was
bit,
a
Bill.
teacher, and do you know what the subject was?
In one of the ones I flunked. High school.
Biology.
He was
Oh,
your
I
biology
flunked
teacher.
that. No trouble in that
How was he in other subjects, Mr. Crow?
He was wonderful, particularly in extracurricular activities.
He hasn't changed
And-
at all.
Did everything that he possibly could for his school.
He brought along a present for you, Bill, Mr. Crow did. What's that, sir?
Well, I have a transcript here, a report card, Bill. I'll give it to you after the...
all. No, thank you, Mr. Crow.
Price Waterhouse is going to keep it sealed.
We had a big crow and a little crow, isn't
Right.
that right? And this gentleman was Big Crow.
No, the little kid.
I know, I was trying to read.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, oh gosh, they say we don't have time for this gentleman who...
I know who he is.
You know who he is?
You better.
Yes. He was in a... he was Betsy's co-star in a high school play. Of course, they're not the same age. I'll just explain that he was on the faculty at the time at high school. That was in East Chicago, wasn't it?
He was Dean of Boys in East Chicago, Roosevelt
Dean
High
of Boys,
School,
but he
and
had a good eye for girls. All right. We'll be back in a minute after this important message. Thank you, Miss. Arlene Francis, thanks so much for joining us tonight, dear. This is a very cute stunt, and I think we ought to play it on the panel again very soon.
Thank you very much, Stevie.
Good night, panel. Good night, everybody.
I've Got a Secret has been brought to you tonight live from New York. Bess Myerson's Down by Cameo.